All right, bye.
Wait, the blue is still
We're
on.
live. I know.
But the blue is there.
Hey, everybody! It's Sunday night.
Hi, we're
What's
not
happening?
there.
Ooh, it's Ultra Kathy.
It is me.
She's running away. She doesn't want to be part of it.
No, I will be.
She doesn't like any of you.
I like everyone.
No, you don't. Then why are you running away from them?
I'll be right back.
I know you don't like George Bonnie
I
or
do too
BS
like
Customs
George
or Olive.
I love Olive.
Then why are you running away? There they are.
I'll be right back.
Ah, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm just joking. She loves everybody. So Stang Lincoln, Greg McDonald, Jerry Franks, Chris Scaduto, Paul Cabazola. What's happening, everybody? Justin Blodgett, James Fife, BS Customs, Rude Mopar, dude. What's happening? How is everybody tonight? Kurt, yeah, Kurt, she'll be back. She'll be back. She's taking care of the animals and all of the chaos that happens here on a constant, ongoing basis. Big Bear, what's happening? James Kaiser, Sean Fagan, Skyhawk RC, what's happening? Biker Bob, that's a new name. How you doing, Biker Bob? So, anybody do anything cool this weekend? Yo, Matt Wheaton. Matt Horowitz's World. Mo Horowitz. It's a nice Irish name. The only thing, you know, I can't get pastrami here and I can't get knishes, Mo. What do I do? Right? What do I do? It's the only thing I miss from New York. Brian Floyd, what's happening? You are not the troll, just a fan who wants to hear more about 273s. What do you want to know about 273s? And why would I think that you were a troll? Andrew Justice, what's happening? Let's see. Wiener Bacon, you didn't get to work on your truck. Oh, well, get out there now. Don't watch me. Get out and work on your truck. Your truck needs you. Okay, Majestic Sasquatch. I like that. You ever watch that show? I think it's called Chasing Sasquatch or Finding Bigfoot, whatever the hell it is, with the guy Bobo, right? I love that guy. He's like so intense. You know? The D. Scaglione, you'll send connections. All right, let's see. Wait, let me go back to this question. Olive, you know, that's the problem, okay? Yeah, Olive, you can't, okay, like they got, I go to Publix and they have Boar's Head pastrami, and Boar's Head stuff is excellent, okay? But their pastrami sucks. It's dry, right? It doesn't have that same, like, it's hard to explain. You need legit, actual New York, you know, kosher pastrami, right? That they just don't have it anywhere else. Okay, wait. The Majestic Sasquatch. Okay, back to your question, brother man. You're having an issue in 85 D150. It fires immediately when cold and cranks for about 8 seconds until it fires when it's hot. Heat soak, like in other words, like you let it sit for like 10 minutes and then you go to restart it and it takes a little while. That's a product of the gasoline that we're using today, because what happens when you shut it off and it'll heat soak a little bit. The temperature expands the gas, the fuel inside the bowl and it'll actually boil over and drip down into the boosters. So when you go to start it again, it's almost as if you had pumped the gas 3 or 4 times and then went to start it. It's kind of normal. What you do is when you got that hot start problem, hold it about a quarter of the way open when you crank it, and it should start almost immediately. I hope that works for you. Olive says, yeah, these folks are from New York City. Okay. Ben Brinkhurst, do you have any thoughts on old European cars? I do like them, but I'm very eclectic with my taste with that. I'm just finishing up a transmission swap on an 86 Audi 5000 CD turbocharged all-wheel drive sedan, first project car. My uneducated opinion about cars like that is that, from my experience, what I've seen, they tend to be money pits. The earlier European cars, not so much, but when you get into the 80s and 90s, when they started to electrify everything, it seems that there's always an issue along those lines. But again, I'm not an expert on those cars. I'm giving you just an off-the-cuff opinion based on, the things I hear and see. Does that make any sense? But I don't have any hardcore, I can't give you an expert opinion on that. But that's my thoughts. They tend to be money pits. I'm Mexican Stuck. What's happening, brother man? Trash metal, how are you? Zero. It's all good. Zero's here now. Chris Greenaway, what's happening? Captain Dewey from South Tennessee. What? Hello, brother. From Middle Tennessee. We're in Murfreesboro. And yes, the electronics and fuel injection system is miserable. See, even a layman like me, I think that if you were to walk up to a random woman in the supermarket and ask them the question that you asked me, I believe they would give you the same exact answer. Let's see. Vinny LC, what are your thoughts on a Crossfam versus a six-pack? Which would be better? Two different animals for two different purposes. The six-pack is supposed to be a streetable setup. The economy of the the throttle response of the smaller two-valve carburetor, and then the sewers and the secondaries. Crossfam is intended for a higher RPM. It depends on the design of Crossfam. But a Crossfam is more of it's a race manifold. Crossfams are never intended for street use. Six-packs were never really intended for race use. So it's like apples and oranges. They're two different animals. Let's see. Daniel Larson, he told me, I wish you would do a video on turbo supercharged on carbureted cars for beginners. We're going to do a carbureted supercharged engine for our gambler, ex-gambler, for the slag hammer. Our street freak gasser. It's going to get a supercharger. It's going to get a 671, and we're going to do carburetors on it. But it may be a while before we actually get to do that. The only thing I can tell you about superchargers on carburetors on a supercharged application is that it's almost impossible to go too big. They're much more forgiving as far as carburetor size. You definitely don't want to undersize them. Eric Schmidt, what's happening? Fubar! Fubar is here too. Okay, we got Zero and we got Fubar. Now all we need is Ari and John, right? So there's a link to our merch. If you guys want to buy a hat, a t-shirt, well, this is just a blank t-shirt I'm wearing, but we have shirts, we have stickers, I don't know, we have other things too. Sketchy shirts are back in stock, and we're actually gearing up now. Kathy bought all the equipment. We're actually gearing up now that we're going to start making our own merch in-house at the shop. We're going to be printing our own stuff. And what that means is that we'll be able to come up with a much wider variety of shirts. Because that's the thing, we come up with an idea for a shirt, and it's this whole process to get it done through the printer and the right, and get them in our hands. Well, now when we have an idea for a shirt, within hours we can actually be producing that shirt. So that's what's happening right now. Matt S., what's happening, brother man? Let's see. Ricky's channel. Hamilton, do you ever think you'll go through an LS phase like the 5.0 years? I have huge admiration for the LS. And if somebody was to bring me an LS-based project, hey, let's put an LS in this fill in the blank, let's put an LS in or whatever it happens to be, right? I'm all for it. I'm definitely down with it. I'm anxious to work with an LS, but with my limited resources, meaning that I'm one person that can only really work on so many things at the same time, right? I stick within the realm of things that I work with regularly, and I'm just expanding that out to the Jeeps because I want to kind of encompass the whole Jeep world into what we do.
Hey,
It's Kathy.
I'm here.
She's done doing very impressive things in the other room.
Yeah, very impressive. How's it going? Let me control it. I want the control.
Go ahead, take the control.
How's it
All right, Uncle Kathy is going to Ultra Kathy, who is now going to be producing all of our merch in-house.
Yeah, I am.
From the conception to the design to the printing she's actually going to plant the cotton, that the shirts
No,
are
I'm
going
not
to be there.
doing
She's going to
that.
weave the cotton into shirts,
No, I'm
right?
not doing that.
She's doing all of this stuff.
No.
I'm telling you,
I just
100%.
do the
Right?
design
The
work
ink, she's
and the
squeezing the
printing.
berries, to growing the berries and squeezing the berries to make the ink. She's
No.
all on it. She's on it. So
Well, I was printing shirts before, just not
Yeah.
every single one. But now we're just making the operation bigger.
Okay.
So I'll have control of all of the printing.
what was that about the Miata?
Where is it? Show me.
Rider VFR?
This one?
Ah, VFR, man. Now the Miata is officially not a car of the gay liberation anymore. Bro, I am so gay, it's not even funny.
Okay.
I am the gayest person on YouTube. You don't realize it, you
Oh,
know what I
my
mean? Because
goodness.
I have this like persona, okay?
Oh,
But
right.
ooh, am I gay? Oh.
No, Tony's not gay.
So that's why I did a Miata, you know?
Oh, my
Oh, so
goodness.
I'm
You're
so
not
gay.
He's lying.
Talking
Stop
one
lying.
English, what's happening?
Fermented berries? No. We're having, ink that we buy.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that, right? Thank you, Ryder.
Let's see. Matt S.
Watch the video 73 Roadrunner. It sounds so good. I agree. Don't change the thing on performance. Yeah, no, I don't want. It's perfect. Just the way it is. Just a great driver. Just a great driver.
Rude Mopar dude, what's up? He says Tony is funnier when Kathy's in.
Yeah, well, she brings out
Yeah,
the idiot in me, you know.
I'm someone to make fun of, right?
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we can play good YouTuber,
Yeah.
bad YouTuber, right?
Yeah, let's play good YouTube. So I'm going to be the bad
So we
YouTuber.
do it.
I'll be the bad YouTuber.
Okay, and I'll be the good YouTuber.
Okay. That's always the way it works, right? When
No,
we,
sometimes I'm the bad one, and you're the good one.
when we go to buy something, it's always like, okay, you be the bad buyer, I'll be the good buyer, you know.
We don't even say it anymore. It just happens.
It just
naturally.
happens automatically.
Yeah, it's bad.
426 Rich, what's happening, brother, man?
What's up, 426 Rich? Zero, your stuff is in the mail. Mods.
Oh,
Guys,
it's about
your
time.
stuff
It's
is
about
on the
time.
mail.
Oh my God.
It went priority, FUBAR. Your stuff is in the mail. Yeah, we got a little behind. Everything's in the mail. UTG tie-dye shirt. Am I tie-dyeing shirts?
Well, yeah, actually,
I could.
the sketchy shirt is all done in tie-dye. You guys don't realize it because we
Nah.
use all different black inks. But it's actually a tie-dye black shirt. It's a black shirt, and then we use black ink. So yeah, the sketchy shirt is tie-dye.
Okay. Ow. I've been thinking about getting a 265 Australian Hemi Slant 6. What are your thoughts?
If you live in Australia, I think that's an awesome thing. If you live here, you're going to go broke trying to get parts for it.
Unless you have lots of Australian friends that will ship them to you.
BS Customs, thank you, sir. You should do a wolf whistle horn when Winky winks. That's pretty. That'd be a pretty cool thing, right?
Right, Mexican spec, right? We just can't see the tie-dye. Mopar Mark, Justin Blodgett. Oh,
He's telling me, yeah,
somebody else.
he's-
Okay, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
He's taking my place and
Right.
telling people what to do.
Well, that's good.
Thanks, Mark. I'm not needed if you're going to do that. I'm going to go have ice cream.
Okay, you made me love
Mopar
Bottle
Mark.
Rocket.
Let
Now there's
Mopar Mark
nothing
take
going
over.
on with it.
What's that?
You made me love Bottle Rocket. Now there's nothing going on with it.
We were supposed to go to the track yesterday.
It was
It
raining.
rained. They just called it. So we're going to go next weekend.
Look, we can't help it.
That I have no control
We
over.
had plans on that day for a month.
Yeah. No, seriously, we planned on that day for a month. But we're good for next Saturday. So if it doesn't rain, we'll run it next Saturday.
Okay, Matt S.
I did take the car out today and screw around with it, just
did.
beating it up in the parking lot a little bit.
Matt S says, need a shirt with a picture of the Miata on it saying Slant
Right the world.
Is that allowable, Tony?
What?
Tony's really picky about what shirts designs we can make.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an idiot like that.
Yeah, he is. Very limiting. No, we're not going to put eyelashes. Captain Do, what about finding and repairing an old Ferrari, the one car that is not a full Mopar with the other if you got group cars.
My life is too short to try to repair an old Ferrari. No, nobody really has that kind of time. You know what I mean? If you're going to start working on an old Ferrari, you got to do it like when you're like 9, so that you can, have a full life. Perhaps finish the car before you're done.
Eureka. Tony, do you think the original Carter ABS 4-barrel is a perfect carburetor for a stock 4-barrel swap for a factory stock look?
Yeah, I mean, why not? The ABS is a great car. I lean towards the AFVs, but actually for no real reason other than I just like AFVs. But the ABS is a great carburetor.
Gasoline in the Blood 23. Is a Tucker 48 a good purchase?
If I knew any less about Tuckers, I don't think it's possible for me to know any less about Tuckers. So I don't know. Maybe somebody here is familiar with those things.
Chris Greenaway says, Tony, I hate car shows. At this point, my car doesn't get any love.
Oh, no. Go out there. Love your car. Kiss your car. Right? Come on.
All right.
Do some tongue wrestling
Stop
with your
it.
car.
Jeremy says, what are the boys doing with the Valiant?
They worked on it today. It's over at the shop. They worked on it today. We shot a video this morning. It'll be up tomorrow morning.
Chris, is it okay to make your own axle stubs from CV axles when doing a 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive conversion?
Is it okay to make your own axle stubs from CV axles? Okay, so in other words, you're just taking the actual axle out, and you're going to use. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not.
UTG, I could bring you my XJ so you can install a manual instead of the POS auto laying for me.
Yeah, I have so much work to do on my own. Right, XJs. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do on my own. So yeah, maybe we can schedule something for 2016, 2026, 2027.
Can you read that?
Okay, Bodgemaster. Can I use 1-inch instead of 3/4 rear wheel cylinders on my B300? Can't get the 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can. Because all right. No, I can't give you the specifics, right, of that exact swap. Okay, but I have gone larger and smaller on wheel cylinders. I don't think you're going to have any issue at all. I don't think you have any issue at all. Some people are going to tell you that you're going to have to put an adjustable proportioning valve in it and play with all that. That I don't think you're going to have to. I think you'd be fine.
Okay, Paul. I sent to you a copy of picture of the traction aid I used on my D100. Check your messenger. It might be helpful for slag hammer.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
You see it?
I'm trying to get it to enlarge a little bit.
Hang on, I'm clicking on it. Here.
Yeah, okay, that's. You know what? I would rather go with a fixed. Well, okay, that car is going to get ladder bars. I'm building ladder bars for it, just because I'm going for that look, right? But yeah, I mean that's like the rough country bar that I described in that video. Only that's a shock. That's what that shock is the same thing they use on the Mustangs, on the 5-liter Mustangs. Well, point then, thank you, sir. Back from the Syracuse Nationals, well-attended event despite the weather. Lots of UTG fans commented on it. Oh, really?
Very cool. That's awesome.
Like you're
Some hippie fans of UTG. Very cool. He posted a video. We got to check that out.
Okay.
Very cool. Thank you, Mopardem.
Some hippie fans. Excellent. I'm like a hippie. I'm like a gay hippie.
Oh, would you stop it? All right, David Prishaw says, your less cheap video sounded like you were going stock or off-road. Any plans on an XJ for the drag strip?
I have 2 cars right now and a third that will be coming that are intended for drag strip only use. So, and I don't have the time to actually even go out and sort those things. So to add a drag Jeep, we'll never get around to it.
Close here. We have a lot of echo, he's saying. It's the room. There's no carpet.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, no. I mean, on the white one, when we do the 4.0 for that, I remember there was some performance upgrades to it, but not a drag Jeep. It would be a cool thing. It would be a cool thing. And if miraculously somehow or another, like, somebody step up and say, hey, put my name on the side of this thing and give me $75,000 to go out and run it for the year. It's like, okay, let's do this now. I don't have that. We're just working out of our pocket and doing what we can when we can, with our current resources.
I think somebody's at the door. How am I liking the Jeep Cherokees? I like them a lot.
She's
I'm gonna
leading the
check
Jeep
the door.
Cherokee charge.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Be right back. What are you
Um,
talking about?
I mean, to me, the appeal of the XJ is really just as a car, or a car, truck, driver, Jeep thing. I don't have any great desire to modify one. I'm really loving them and I'm appreciating them for what they are. You know what I mean? I'm not compelled to go change it. Lorenzo Magnifico, what happens if I block the heat crossover on my 440? It'll take about 5 minutes longer to warm up, and you're going to pick up about 20-25 horsepower.
You just brought me one.
Ari made it.
What's up, Barry?
You walked in at the same time I spotted Ari. It's amazing.
It's a miracle.
It is.
It's a YouTube miracle.
It is another YouTube miracle.
Ari, your merch is on the way. Hang on.
Come on, give me things
All
to...
right. Let's see. It's jumping on me.
Hey, we're missing John Wilbur.
He'll be here.
Vinny, I drive a tractor trailer upstate every Sunday, and I look forward to your live channel every week. You make the long drives much more pleasurable. Thank you for whatever wins. Excellent.
Awesome, Vinny.
Excellent. That's why we do this, so that you have something to listen to on your,
Very
your
cool.
channel.
We'll have to fix the sound eventually.
Okay, Lorenzo, I just answered that for you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ben Trees. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, man.
Will you ever buy a Dodge Diplomat?
Probably no. Probably not. I'm about filled up. Every time I pick up another car, I'm like, oh, no more cars, please, no more cars. I got too many cars, and then boom, next thing you know, there's another one. The odds of a Diplomat finding their way into our universe here, not likely. Not that I have anything against them. I like them. I got too much as it is.
Tom Muse. What probably the bolt patterns? All the same?
You're talking about classic era Mopar? No, you have there's 3 bolt patterns that you contend with. You've got the small bolt pattern, which is 5 on 4-inch or 100 millimeter. Okay, because if you can find some modern rims that have that same. Then you got that's for the A body cars. 1972. Actually, 6. Okay, the small bolt pattern is primarily A body. All A body is 5 is a 4-inch, 5 on a 4-inch circle. Your B body and C body cars.
You okay tonight?
No, are 5 on 5. I have a problem with a BBD. That's driving me crazy. The B body cars are 5 on 4.5. Okay, 4.5-inch full circle. And your D body cars, which are your Imperials, are 5 on 5.
I'd like to hear Uncle Tony's thoughts on Ford 300s.
Awesome engines. If I wasn't as covered up with the stuff that I've already got and the things that I'm already deep into, I would probably screw around with one. I love those engines. It's hard for me. There's very few inline 6s, that I don't just fall in love with. I love inline 6s. So the 300 is a great motor.
Justin wants to know how you feel about the Blues Brothers.
I've seen it several times. Not recently, but yeah, it was a good movie. We're on a mission from God.
Yeah. Need Mel. What's up? You'll need a Diplomat if you get your car serviced in a Dodge dealer. Let's see. John Wilburn has better things to do. Obviously, Mexican Spec says. Okay. NC Mountains Backyard RC 2377. I'm just looking forward to following the Jeep XJ build. Cool, man. I picked one 4x4 stock and I'm going to upgrade it, but not lift it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the 98 that we picked up. That's getting nothing but just cosmetic, just paint and stuff like that. But the that white one, I'm gonna pull the motor apart, and I don't really have a plan for it yet. But I'm gonna modify it, but in the name of keeping it daily driver highway friendly. You know what I mean? And light off road, like really light off road. You know, like we were talking before about like just taking our granddaughters, like, you know, minor,
So
like
it's not going to get the snow.
overlanding. You know, we'll drive into the woods a little bit, set up a tent. You know,
Have a picnic.
yeah, right. That's my interest in have a picnic. I want to have a picnic with my granddaughter.
Basket.
Right. You know, that's how gay I am. Remember I was talking about how gay I was? That's my extent really of interest. I want to go off. I want to go make a picnic.
Picnic.
Yeah, a picnic.
Oh, funny. Well, you want to do girl things.
I want to do girl things.
Girls.
With the girls, yeah,
Girls are
exactly. Is
cute.
there anything wrong with that?
They're really cute. Ben, are you just going to do a swap in a 5.7 Hemi V8 into a Dodge Diplomat?
Who, me?
Who, you? Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh.
Thrash Metal and Fun Riff says don't even get into the left-handed lug nuts.
Yeah. 1971 and earlier.
Terrence Seymour says, hey brother, I finally got away from rental housing with no room to work on my cars. So I just bought a house with a double garage and a spare section to build a large shed for the C-body.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Best of luck with that, brother.
Excellent. Enjoy. It's always fun. Change your white Jeep.
No, it's not fun.
It is fun.
No, it's a terrifying mountain of things you really don't want to deal with. No, but that's...
What? That's what's fun about it.
Okay.
I like the challenge.
I like my challenges to have wheels.
I like all kinds of challenges.
Mario, change your white Jeep Cherokee to four-wheel drive and not lift it. One of the things that I'd like to do, okay, once I got that car up and running, right? One of the things I'd like to do is find a stock four-wheel drive XJ, somebody who has one, okay? And I'd like to take a stock two-wheel drive and a stock four-wheel drive out on a typical trail ride sort of thing, and I want to see just how more effective, if effective at all, the four-wheel drive is. It's a typical. I'm not talking about climbing the sides of mountains or you know, deep mud or anything like that. I'm talking about just typical wheeling, typical trail riding. I want to see just exactly how much more effective the four-wheel drive is than a two-wheel drive.
0. Speaking of, Uncle Tony's garage ashtrays yet? Okay, no. I looked into them.
Right.
You have to order 1,000 of them.
Ooh.
I don't know if 1,000 people smoke. What are we gonna do with 1,000 ashtrays? Like, and you have to order them from China. You can't get them in the United States. You have to order 1,000 ashtrays from China directly. So, I don't know. It seems like a lot of ashtrays that we might get stuck with. And I don't smoke.
Yeah, she quit.
I don't smoke.
She's a quitter.
Yeah.
And now she's becoming a militant.
I'm not militant. You're smoking right next to me right now. And I
I
didn't
am.
say a word about it.
I have to smoke. Now, this is important to me.
I have a good constitution. I can handle your smoke.
You are awesome.
I know. Ashtray would be cool, yeah. It would be. Dirty Knobs. How about a wheel dart with the engine and trunk? A wheel dart with the engine and trunk. A dart with the engine and the trunk.
I've stuck engines in the trunks of darts and moved them around.
No, running engine.
Okay.
No, he's not gay. Who to 70 GT?
They got my number. That's okay.
Oh. David, it's been super difficult to find a Super 6 intake here in Germany. Should I just go ahead and go with 4-barrel or even 4-bubble manifold with 2-bubble adapter?
You can mill. I've seen it done, and actually, I think I saw a video. Somebody did a video on it. You can mill the raised part of the manifold that the carburetor bolts to, and put studs in there, drill and tap it. Open it up for the 2-barrel footprint, right? And so, I mean, you might want to look into that, modifying the stock intake manifold to take a 2-barrel carburetor.
Mopar Black Knight says, did you see Hemmings is now backing a handful of YouTube channels like Dylan McCool and Vice Grip Garage?
I did not.
No.
I have not noticed that.
No, we're not in the loop.
We're not in the loop.
We're really not.
We're the black sheep of the YouTube.
Yeah, we're on the fringe.
Family,
We can't help it. It's just
right.
How things roll. They're always the same, right, Tony?
Yeah, we're on the outside.
We're always on the outside looking in. Aw. BS Custom says, I'll volunteer to airbrush Uncle Tony's ashtrays. Can you do that? Can you airbrush Uncle Tony's garage ashtrays? There's probably only like 15 or 20 smokers left that would wear a UTG ashtray.
They've all died from smoking-related illnesses.
That's not funny, Tony. That's sad.
Ari smokes enough for 1,000 people.
Where's Ari?
So do I, Ari.
Ari, cut down. I was able to quit.
You had to quit.
I did.
Yep.
I did. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Charles. Hello from Lexington, Georgia. Have you ever monkeyed with a Poly V8? I have a 59 Dodge truck with one in it, and I think the valves may be stuck. It has been sitting for about 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked on Polys. I never actually hot rodded one or anything like that, but yeah, I've worked on many of them, and it's entirely possible if that's the case. But so what you want to do is you want to just soak that thing down with like a good penetrating fluid. Down the intake manifold. You're not going to hurt the engine, right? Just give it a good blast of the penetrating fluid of your choice. PB Blaster or Liquid Wrench or any WD-40, it doesn't make a difference, right? Give it a good hard blast of that stuff. Let it soak, give it another one, and then rotate the motor, and it'll generally free up.
Hey Tony, why not source a local CMV dude to make ashtrays?
Oh, it's a CMV dude. Is that another one of another initial thing?
I don't know.
I identify as a CMV ashtray?
It's hard to find anybody local to make anything. Trust me, I would prefer to buy anything local than Pro A. They're just not out there. You should sell pistons that are converted into ashtrays, laser etched with your logo.
When we scatter the motor in bottle rocket, that's one of the things I plan on doing. Is making ashtrays out of the pistons and giving them to our regulars.
Patches. Okay, patches. I'm getting on it. Right now, I've got to set up the printing. Hey, Tone, long time no troll. Get ready for Uncle Phonies.
Well, why aren't you trolling me? I missed the one guy. Well, Brian, I miss Brian. Come on, Brian, are you out there? I hope everything is okay. I miss you. Come on back.
Oh, Brian, thank you. UTG is just as good as Vice Grip Garage and Dylan McCool. They have a lot more subs, though. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, they have a lot more subs. They're way higher up the YouTube food chain than we are.
Yeah.
Right.
We're bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Right. We're YouTube bottom feeders. No, we're almost at 200,000.
We are almost at 200,000, but we're still bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 200,000.
We're like, yeah. We're like the homeless gutter dweller YouTube, level. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Need Metal. I'm intrigued by your kid's video. Maybe he can apply the Fibonacci sequence to Bottle Rockets 330. Oh, thank you, Need Metal. Oh, thank you, Matt. UTG is one of the greatest YouTube channels.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you,
I don't
Ben.
agree with that because
No,
I see what great YouTube channels are,
We
right?
can do things
I
a lot
make
better.
no mistake, I make no pretense about being like a good YouTube channel because I
Right.
don't really think that we are. We just
We're okay.
yeah, we're okay. Or you know what I mean?
We're okay. We're
That's
passable.
all we really want to be is just like okay, right?
We don't want to be great,
Well,
We don't wanna be the greatest.
I've seen great YouTubers, okay,
right?
and I'm like, okay, so like who are some great YouTubers? Doug DeMauro is a great YouTuber.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I
Why?
can't do what he does.
Why? You can do that.
No, he's too normal. I'm
He's
not
too
normal. I'm not normal. I have all sorts of like damage and stuff, right?
Damage.
Oh, please. I have growing up in New York City damage.
Oh,
I
yeah, I got
have-
that
I
damage
have crazy
too.
parents damage, right? I got damage. I got nitro damage. I got damage everywhere. I have motorcycle crash damage. I got trauma up the wazoo, right? I can't be like Doug DeMauro. Who else is another great YouTuber?
No, we really do have.
Vice Grip is a fantastic
yeah.
YouTuber.
We do have New York City damage.
Yeah.
Since we're in New York City, we can't really use our New York City damage the way that what's it called?
Neutral drop.
Neutral drop
Neutral
uses
drop.
it.
Yeah.
But we can't use it because we're not there.
Well, who else are the great YouTubers? Regular car reviews. Great YouTubers.
Yeah.
And like the like Roman, who does those documentaries. Over the top. Like I couldn't even on my best day, I couldn't even pretend to do what he does. Okay. Who else? This guy that I've been watching, D&E. I give him a shout out in the last video. D&E in the garage. Great YouTuber. Guy just sits in his truck and just machine guns out facts, as fast as he can. No nonsense, right? Awesome stuff. And so, yeah, there are great YouTubers out there. I am not one of them.
Well, Chris doesn't like Doug DeMauro. I thought he was pretty good. He's good. I think he has a way broader reach than we do.
Yes,
We're very
way
narrow.
way broader.
New York City Dane Bramage. That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. I put on a dress the other day because it was Friday and the girls want to wear dresses on Friday.
Right.
And you know what I thought? I can't fight in this.
Yeah.
That's New York City damage. How am I going to fight wearing a dress? That's real. God, if you could pick one car to modify, you want for a zombie apocalypse dystopian future scenario, what would it be and what mods? What would it be? The Jeep?
I mean, honestly, a completely stock Slant 6 Dart would be just
Yeah.
fine to get you through.
Well, no, they could get through the top of the Miata.
Yeah, no.
Unless you had a hard top.
Yeah, just really any manual transmission Slant 6 Dart Valiant A-body, would be like the ultimate,
Yeah, because if your starter goes, you can always
Yeah.
go down a hill
Yeah.
and be able to get away.
Yep.
The caravan, always enters the caravan. It burns too much gas.
The caravan uses a lot of fuel.
Oh. Maybe it had a floor manual trans. Okay, that's not to each other.
Oh, Ari, Cold War Motors. Yeah,
Yeah.
another great. Can we have a moment of silence and reverence at just how great Cold War Motors is?
Yep.
They are awesome. D&D Speed Shop. Another.
You didn't say zip ties.
Zip ties. Zip
There's
ties
so
and
many
Mars
people
Plus.
you're forgetting.
Right, there were so many fantastic YouTubers out there that I look up to. That I say, I can't do what they do. But then again, they can't do what I do.
They can't do what you do.
They can't do what I do.
That's what makes everybody good.
But they're better YouTubers than I am.
They're all unique. They just have a lot more subs than we do.
Thank you, sir. Don't be self-depreciating, deprecating. Yeah. You play user knowledge, you're trying to run it and make videos and rely on use of someone else's experience, like some little gamones.
Some little gamones.
I'm not being self-deprecating. I'm being honest, right? I'm being honest. I'm a mechanic, okay? And okay, like I'm in way over my head. in like terms of what we've got going on and trying to do all of the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being self-deprecating. It's being honest about it. Okay, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not. I'm like. I mean, I am a YouTuber. Obviously, it's what I do for a living. But I mean, I'm not. I'm not. What's what I'm looking for?
What?
Like, well, just now. Okay, like. I can't spit out fluid thoughts like that. You know what I mean?
You can write them fluidly.
I can write.
Actually, if you sit down to write, everything comes out perfect. It's just when you're trying to talk.
Yeah.
You have
I start stepping on my tongue, and it's just like, right? And I'm not like as well-rounded as they are. Like, I can explain this to you. Like, they're regular people.
No, yeah, you're not well-rounded.
I'm not well-rounded. Okay. Yeah. So, see, like in order to be a good YouTuber, okay, you have to really be able to relate to your audience, which is why that's why Derek does so great, like Vice Grip, okay, like he's a great mechanic, you know what I mean? But he's also a well-rounded person, like a well-rounded individual. I'm not a well-rounded individual, so it's like I don't develop that same rapport with the audience that to me like he does, and that's what makes a great YouTuber.
Thank you, Vinny. He sent me a super sticker. Thank you. That's awesome.
Andy is a great YouTuber, Unity Motorsports Garage, which if you guys haven't gone over there and sub to him, absolutely do it. You know who's good too? My friend Jim Bennett. They're doing his channel now. And I mean, I'm gonna
take care of the dogs.
Yeah, she'll take care of the dogs. So Jim Bennett's Hot Rod Garage, okay? There's a perfect example. So he wanted to get started in YouTube, and I gave him all of like the advice that that I thought he would work for him, okay, to get started. And you know what? He followed none of it, right? And he's doing a great job. You know what I mean? Like his channel has a whole different vibe than mine. Like he is a great YouTuber. He doesn't have the audience yet. He only has I think he just got monetized actually. So he's got his over 1,000 subs, and he's got a few hundred views on a video. But as he goes along, he is going to be a great YouTuber.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Jesus, the fuzz.
It's the fuzz.
What's that from? I used to say that all the time. Anytime when I had my coffee houses, right? Anytime a cop would come in, I'd like, Jesus, the fuzz. But I don't remember what that's from.
I don't remember either. Julian says you're a teacher, not just a doer. Well, yeah, those channels, do they teach the same amount? I think you teach more than they do.
I don't know, but that's what I can do.
Right.
See, I can't, like Derek, right? Perfect example, okay?
I don't think he really teaches.
Well, he doesn't have to. See,
right.
He takes people for a journey.
Yeah.
Okay?
He tells like a story.
He tells a story. He told a story, exactly. And that's like games from D&D, same thing, right? He's a mechanic. He builds stuff. He does great stuff. Okay, but he's taking the viewer on a journey. Okay, I don't do that. Like I don't have it in me to take anybody on a journey. Like I could take you for a quick ride around the block.
You can.
Possibly.
Not. Yeah. It doesn't really translate to video. What's from Staten Island?
What's from Staten Island?
Staten Island.
Staten Island. Replica, thank you.
Thank you, Replica.
Have you ever seen Alan Millard's channel? He makes his own exotic bike engines from old cores. Really weird. No, that actually sounds pretty cool. As soon as I'm still on my XJ like binge. So as soon as I'm past that, I'll check that out.
Why are you so tense, Tony? You got your arms folded.
Do I?
Yeah.
Because I'm not smoking.
You two relax and light a cigarette.
Okay.
Let's see. Tony. Mr. Tony. RP says, please do not ever turn like Roadkill if you ever get sponsored by a company. No one's sponsoring.
No one's going to sponsor me.
needs old school mechanic knowledge to keep all our addictions classic cars on the road.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I would love to find sponsors for some of our projects, for some of our builds. I mean, that's acceptable. I would definitely go for that. But I won't accept a sponsor for the channel. It's just not going to happen.
They're not going to sponsor us anyway.
You know, to sponsor us anyway. But the point is, you know, like I have no problem taking on a sponsor, advertiser, backer for one of our individual projects that they want to be associated with. That's awesome. Okay. But I'll never accept a sponsor for the channel in general because I don't want to be beholden to one entity. You know what I'm saying?
Dale McCartney says, Uncle Tony, I have a 1988 Chrysler Fifth Avenue with the 7 1/4 rear end, and I've been reading how weak these are. Any idea just how much power these rears can handle?
It's really a matter of weight. Okay, the heavier the car, the less likely that thing is to last. And an 88 Fifth Avenue is a pretty heavy car. And so if you're just cruising around with this thing and you got the stock 318 in it, you know, and you just use it as a driver or as a cruiser, then the 7 1/4 will last literally forever, eternally, forever and ever and ever. I have 7 1/4s in a bunch of my cars. But none of them are intended for, you know, heavy duty use, right? They're cruisers. So I prefer the 7 1/4 for a daily driver type of car because it takes less horsepower to turn. It's a lighter rear and it's got a very high pinion, and so it doesn't take much power. It doesn't rob much power from the drivetrain, so it makes cars feel a little bit snappier. You get a little bit of better gas mileage. So the 7 1/4 rear for a daily driver that you don't plan on stepping on is perfect. But if you're gonna put any schmutz to the thing, you're gonna grenade it in a heavy car.
Wayback Text says you're more on the Scotty Comer side of YouTube car channels than Vice Grip Garage.
Okay, yeah, I would say that.
Let's see. Oops. Hang on, guys.
Smoke is cool.
Yeah, you should really stop. What, Harry? What are you sending? Oh my goodness. You know the smoke's bothering me now.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'll put it out.
No, it's all right.
No, it's all right.
No, it's okay. You know what? I'll open the window. Let me open the window.
No, I just want to take a drag. No, that's it. Here, I'll put it out. No, I just, look, I don't need to keep one going all the time. I could just take a drag every once in a while. Okay. And so, all right.
I can leave so you can smoke the whole thing.
No, I need you here to do this.
Hi, Vince.
What's happening, Vince?
People's Republic of New Jersey. Let's see. Steve. Tried to watch Power Nation and I was watching a commercial the entire time.
Yeah, I don't like to talk badly about, I try to find.
I try not to do the commercials.
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
I try to find something positive about everything I see. There's nothing positive about Power Nation. A bunch of ass clowns.
Tony doesn't like Power Nation.
They're right up the road over there, like 20 miles up the road. And I know the shop. I know the shop that makes all the other stuff actually run. Like these ass clowns, they just slam stuff together, okay? And then they send it to a friend of mine, and the friend of mine actually goes through these things and makes them run and sends them back, and then they finish filming it. Yeah. Please, don't get me started on those guys.
Vinny LC wants to know, where can I find the build you published for a Nitro Funny Car back in the 90s?
It wasn't a build for a Nitro Funny Car. It was a two-parter in Superstock and Trade Illustrated magazine on nitro tuning, and it was Nitro Tuning 101. It was the basics of nitro tuning. So and it was how to set up like a nostalgia top fuel car, or fuel altered, or funny car, anything like that. And it was a basic outline of the bits and pieces you would need, the first part, and then the second part was the actual tuning of it, the cause and effect. If it does this, do this. If it does that, do that. If it does this, it means this. So that was a two-parter, and that was in like 19, I don't remember the months, but it was Superstock and Trade Illustrated in like 1997, 1998, and it was called Cheap Thrills. That was the name of the series, Cheap Thrills.
Chris Greenaway says, I will leave UTG if Tony shills out.
NorthernThunder.com.
They have it?
They had it. Because somebody mentioned to me, hey, there's a site called northernthunder.com that has a lot of your old stuff, and they've got your old Nitro things on there. So you might want to check that out, northernthunder.com, and maybe you find it there.
See, you're such a purist. But now you're held to a higher level, held to a higher standard. I watch everything you do. You don't mess up.
Oh, no.
Don't screw up, Tony.
No. Joe Brennan, I love the fact that UT is such a purist and will never sell out. That keeps me coming back again and again to watch. The communities here is the best too. I don't have a reason to sell out. You know, we make enough doing what we do.
Yeah.
That I don't, I'm not greedy, and I really don't. I mean, if so, here's the bottom line, okay? If I wanted something, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what it is. If I want something, I attain it. I always have. It's always been my thing. So I never worry about money. I don't worry about I'm saying that like I'm rich, and I'm not rich, right? But I never consider the cost of things. It's like if I want it, I'm going to get it one way or the other, and I always do. It's always been that way. So I don't think about that. So why would I want to compromise like my freedom here to do what I do and say what I say and do the kind of stories that I do and have the relationship I have with you guys? Why would I compromise that for something I really don't care that much about?
Mexican spec. Hey guys, I want to tell you that I finally uploaded the video comparing the Mexican spec 1963 Plymouth to the US spec. If you're interested, go check it out.
I wonder how different they actually are.
Well, you'll have to watch this video to find out.
Well,
everybody go watch Mexican spec
Go watch the
video.
Mexican specs video. Make sure you like it.
Give it a thumbs up, comment, share. Let's see. Eva Lenny says, UTU helps me with 12 meters.
Evil Lenny. I like that. That's a good name, man.
Let's see. Zero Data says, your back and knees hurt from working on cars.
You have no idea. You have no idea. It takes me 20 minutes to stand up straight in the morning. Have you ever seen me walk on a video? I lurch from space to space because you have no idea.
A little sore. Let's see. What's up, Max Wedge Dick Dastardly Rosette? JW, Tony, let's get back to work. Best big block cylinder head.
I mean, obviously the Max Wedge is the best of the bunch there. They've all got their merits, and I can't really pick the best one.
RP, can Saginaw transmissions be used on Mopars?
If you have a Bellhausen or a Scatter Shield, yeah, why not?
Let's see. Tell us about some street racing.
Tell you something about street racing.
Yeah.
It's very illegal and it's very dangerous, and I don't believe anybody should ever do it.
And people don't really do it anymore.
No. People who street race should be tarred and feathered and hung in the public square or something like that.
Okay, Tony, how are you going to have time for the Jeep projects in addition to keeping all the other projects going? And what's your time management secrets? Haha.
I do this for a living. I do this 7 days and nights a week.
A lot.
Right? I get up every morning at 5, run to the shop and work on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the Miata. You know, it's like I like a 3 years worth of project. I did it in a month. You know what I mean? But that's because that's what I do. So the Jeeps aren't really projects. I'm rebuilding an engine. That's right, and maybe adding a thing or two. So it's not really a project. You know. I wish I had more resources to go out and actually put these projects to work, but it's very difficult for us. It's very difficult for us to get away, to get to tracks, to get out places. It's hard. So that's another thing. We're shorthanded. You know, we're shorthanded.
What's the latest on the Hemi GTX?
I brought the block up to Pennsylvania last week. It's going to Ray Barton's, or it's at Ray Barton's now. He's got a line board, hone it. The deck plate, he's got a deck plate, hone it, and we should have every. And there's some parts you can't get, like you can't get a gas tank. I don't anticipate the GTX being back together again before October or November.
All Classics Restoration. Hey UT, love the channel and your willingness to help the young guys gain knowledge. I've been teaching my grandson how to do body work on my channel.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, you can't take it with you. You know what I mean? You spent all this time and all this energy, learning this stuff, right? Get it out of your head before you drop dead. Pass it on to somebody.
JW says, UTG, stop talking about street racing like the damn lawyers got to you.
Yeah, no, street racing is very, very bad. Very bad. I don't condone street. Oh, God. Can you imagine me street racing?
You? Never.
Never. I don't want to go to hell.
Would you stop it?
Because that's what happens.
No, stop
when
that.
You street
Stop.
race.
Don't say things like that. Stop that.
When you
Darren
street race,
Pete, besides the Miata, would you consider a Honda project?
if somebody was to bring me a Honda and say, hey, let's do X, Y, and Z to this, I have the money to buy all of the parts and the time to come and help put this together, yes, I would love to build a Honda of some sort. I like Hondas. I like racers. I like the whole import thing. There's only so much of me to go around. You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Will, hi Tony, I thought of you today. Neighbor stopped by today and told me he's getting his Chevelle painted at Sano's.
Oh, Dave.
Recommend him to me. Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent.
Very cool.
I still owe Dave money from the funny car days.
Do you owe him money?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you should pay him.
No. I'll just send him work.
Send
He
him.
probably forgot all about it. It's like almost 30 years ago. He's probably already forgotten about it. But
There's
yeah.
a man who race stands challenger next to me. Oh. Let's see.
I never raced a Challenger on the street. No,
Yes, he did.
never.
Yes, he did. Oh. Let's see. Oh, his grandson just turned 3. The one he was teaching how to do body work. Very
Nice.
cool. Let's see. We need more Uncle Tonys in the world.
No, you don't.
French onion, one's enough.
Trust me.
He's a lot to handle.
I'm a handful.
He's a handful. One Uncle Tony's enough. It's good, Vinny. You should make sure it's with a logo of a burning
Burning
sock
sock.
for the inside joke.
I've always been extremely cautious in working around anything like explosives.
Oh, Tony, please. Okay. Kyle, with your knowledge, what would be a good engine to use? Oh, wait, it skipped on me. What was it saying?
What
To
would you
get
do?
into nitro, I was thinking 30% by weight.
No, you don't mix nitro by weight. Depends what you're going to, low percentage nitro combinations are, you do mix it by weight. Specific gravity. I'm sorry, you do mix it by, that's what hydrometer is doing. I'm sorry. Brain lock for a second, because I was thinking about the 30% thing. Low percentage nitro motors are a bitch. Like, you can go like 10, 12, 15% on a very rich alcohol combination, and you'll get some good results out of it, Once you go over that, you start to get into like the detonation zone, and you can't really get a happy tune-up until you're above 75%, 78%, 80%. Then it becomes a true nitro motor. You can run the thing fat enough to keep it cool internally, right? Because that's a big deal. So once you get to low percentage, you can't run the volume through it to keep the combustion chambers cool. But over 80%, then you can just blast the liquid through there. It'll light. It'll burn, and it stays cool. That's why That's why they ring nitro, because that's the whole point. It's just blow as much liquid through there as possible, keep the metal surfaces cool, and then you can have pretty intense combustion melting everything down.
Well, Katie Beth says there can only be one Uncle Tony.
Katie Beth, what's happening?
Evan M. Hey Tony, I watched all your 318 videos. I just rebuilt my head on my 1981 318. It's rebuilt to the accessories. However, I can't get the starter to crank. I've tried 3 batteries. What's my problem?
That could be a bad thing. Have you rotated the motor by hand? Have you put a wrench on the crank bolt and tried to rotate it by hand to make sure that it's not the motor being locked up?
Let's see. Did I miss something? Okay, hang on.
Somebody just asked how long ago did they quit smoking? Probably, I guess it was maybe a year ago.
You didn't quit. I quit.
Oh, she quit. Yeah, I knew one else quit. I knew somebody in this room quit, but I couldn't remember who it was. Thanks for bringing me up to speed on that.
I quit May 29th. So we're in July now, almost 2 months. You just whipped that, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Okay, go ahead. You do this. I'll go. No, you smoke the whole thing. I'll be back.
No, I just needed to take a drink. That was it. I just needed to take. It's out. It's out. Stop. Oh God. She's becoming a militant non-smoker. All right. Let's see. So I got to do this now. Okay. Let's see. Miles of Mayhem 2020. 2 events announcement coming this week. That's a cool event. That's a. If you guys want to see this whole Miles of Mayhem thing, go to D&D Speed Shop, and they ran this whole deal for a week with this 55 Chevy. Let's see. Hey UTG, do you know anyone who is knowledgeable or specialized in parts for poly motors? Yes, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh God, somebody here will jump in there. But yeah, there is one guy who's like Mr. Poly. I've even got his banner up in my shop, but for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. Somebody in here will jump in here, and I'm sure you know what it is. Jason Fish, they prove that if you quit smoking, it will prolong your life. What they haven't proved is a prolonged life is a good thing. I haven't seen the stats on it yet. Go Hicks. That's how I feel about it, okay? Because, all right, so let's say it just takes 10 years off your life. And, you know, which 10 years, right? You know, I'm 59. I'm already crippled. You know, what am I going to be like at 90, right? I don't know if I want to go that far. You know, so it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it takes years off your life, but those are the drooling, like, you know, like the helpless, pathetic nursing home years. I don't want that. Let's see. Kurt Denke, in the Nitro days, did Kathy and Pam get along? That was Pam was a generation before me. I got involved in it. They were around in the 70s. Jungle died in 1977, and I didn't actually get involved until 1985. I started as a helper. I started just bouncing from car to car, doing any job that I could get my hands on, cleaning parts, wiping tires, doing whatever. And so I started that in 1985. I didn't really get full into it until around 1989, 1990. So it was like approximately 10 years after Jungle passed. But I was lucky enough to kind of like follow in his footsteps, meaning that I raced with all of the same people that he did. I knew all of the same people. We ran in the same circles. So, but yeah, they actually, I don't think they ever met. There really wouldn't have been any reason for them to meet. Back when I was doing the Nitro thing, Kathy was home raising the kids. Let's see. Roy Fentrop, Torque, please do a 273 that revs like a chainsaw. Someone needs to do that. A 273 will never rev like a chainsaw. A 273 is they'll rev high, but you'll never get it just because of the basic geometry of the motor and the weight of the parts, the crankshaft and all that. You'll never get a 273. It just goes right. That ain't gonna happen. But you can get an honest 7,500 RPM out of an essentially stock 273. Chuck Austin, value segment on Dodge truck rear leaf springs, hop. Does that include the little red trucks? Yes, it does. Let's see. Brian Floyd, you need my mailing address? You don't have a mailing address. I'm good. I have too much stuff as it is. Please don't send me anything else. Right? I love you guys. I love you. People are always sending things and trinkets and gifts and everything else, and I love it and I appreciate it. Please don't do it. Please. I have too much stuff as it is. Like, you have no idea. I got just stuff everywhere. So if you're compelled to send something to me, please instead send it to like a homeless shelter or whatever it is. But please don't send me anything else. I have too many things as it is. Okay, send Tony Slanstick's oil filters, something you can use for sure. I have a case of them sitting on my shelf in the shop. No, I don't need them. Thank you, though. Okay, sending knishes. Okay, yes. If you're compelled to send me, and people in the past for other things that I've done, people have done that. They've sent me, if you've got actual New York pastrami, New York knishes, and you want to send them, I'm like, okay, you can do that, because like I am a disgusting, degenerate foodie. I'm literally okay. I'm a disgusting, degenerate foodie. So yeah, send me that. That's cool. What do I think the coolest looking slingshot dragster was? Oh, Kyle, that's a great question. Because I'm a slingshot freak. What do I think the coolest looking one was? Tony Nancy's 1970 car. I'm going to go with that. Tony Nancy's car. 1970, 71, he ran that. Ben Treese, what is the difference between an interference engine and a non-interference engine? An interference engine means that if the timing chain was to stop or the belt was to stop turning and one of the valves was open completely, the piston would hit it. A non-interference mode, basically it means that the valve will open far enough or the piston will come up high enough that they will contact each other if they're no longer in perfect sequence with each other. Whereas a non-interference engine means that the piston doesn't ever come up high enough and the valve doesn't ever open up far enough for them to come in contact with each other. That's what the difference is. Luis Gonzalez. Uncle Tony, I just bought a 74 Thunderbird with a 460. A giant, heavy car. What carbon you put on it for performance? Okay, like, is this a stock 460 with stock 460 exhaust manifolds and stock 460 cam? Because you're going to be kind of limited with that. So I would say an 800 Edelbrock 750 Holley vacuum secondary is probably best for the stock motor. If you've got headers, cam, you freed the thing up, then you really got to give that thing some CFM. I would start in the 850 Holley range and go higher, go bigger. Joe Becker, what is the most quintessential car of the 1950s? Right? You want me to say 55 Chevy, right? But it's not the quintessential car. Okay, because like the 57, if you ask the general public, the 57 Chevy is going to be right at the top of the list. I mean, there's so many different, like cooler cars, better looking cars, right? But the quintessential, the one everybody associates with the 1950s, would be the 57 Chevy. I would say the 55. But I mean, quintessential. That's such a voted thing.
You done smoking?
Oh, yes.
You're not done.
I'm done. It's out. Look here. Put it on my thumb. No burn. Okay.
What's that blue light?
Scott Williams, Tommy Ivo's orange car. Tommy Ivo's orange. Yeah, that was another pretty one.
Hi, Doug Norton.
I think they really started, 1968 is when they really started to come into their own and have that perfect proportion.
So cool, bro. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing, 0. Hang on, where'd that go? Oh, where'd that go? Here it is.
All Shack Garage. Uncle Tony, I messed up the threads on my crank. Is it okay to just tap it, or do we need to have a machine shop put in a helicoil? You can put in a helicoil yourself. You don't need a machine shop to do that. I think you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, try tapping it first. Try tapping it. Here's what you do, right? Tap it, put a fresh bolt in it, and torque the bolt. If the bolt holds, if it doesn't pull the threads out when you torque it, then you're gonna be fine. But you can helicoil yourself. You don't need a machine shop to do that.
Let's see. What's up, Stranded 360?
You can't helicoil an open hole. Like on the crank flange. So you would have to just tap it to the next size up. You'd have to just tap it to the next larger size. So if you got, let's say, you got a 7/16 bolt in it, you'd have to tap it to a 1/2 inch.
Okay. Let's see. Ben says Doug DeMoro uploaded a video about a 1987 Dodge conversion van onto his channel that I think you should check out.
Okay, when did he put that up? I haven't seen it. I watch a lot of his stuff. I think he's fantastic.
Kickendall.
The Kickendall. What's happening, brother?
Welcome to the Jeep edition.
I got it. It's a Jeep thing, right?
Okay.
Not getting any views. I would have thought Jeep stuff would be like, oh, geez, Jeep. People are searching Jeep all the time. Stuff will come up. No, the video's not getting any views. That's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going with it. But yeah, no, I love it, man.
Ellie the Retro Kid. Uncle Tony, I have a 79 New Yorker with 360 that weighs 4,000 pounds.
Oof.
I put a 600 Edelbrock in points and tuned it to perfect vacuum, and it has a 245er end, and I only get 15 miles per gallon highway. Any ideas?
That 245, and if it's a 79, it's going to have the lockup converter in it too. You actually might be dragging it down a little too hard. Look, the aerodynamics is tough on those. There's a lot of weights, there's a lot of rolling resistance. 15 isn't actually that bad. But I would think that if you were to go, like, let's say to a 270 rear, I think even a 290s, you might actually pick up some. It depends on your terrain, okay? If you're let's say you live in Kansas, okay, and you drive for eons at one speed, okay, that 245 is going to be an okay rear for you, right? But if you live in a hilly area or you've actually got to climb hills, inclines and shit like that, that 245 is going to work against you because you've got to give it a lot of foot to overcome. Does that make any sense? A lot of it has to do with your terrain, gearing in terrain, which is something nobody ever talks about.
Eureka 7 here's a more personal question. For any of your classics, do you work on them to sell them, or are these cars part of you that you will hold to your grave / give to your kids?
S-car.
What?
Have I ever put a car together to sell it?
No, never. No,
Never.
No, not specifically to sell. No.
No. How many cars have we actually sold?
Like we sold the Savoy, but because
I traded this one.
yeah, you traded the Savoy for the GT.
For the GT, right.
So,
Which is a car that I built for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like
there are times that we've gotten rid of cars, but it was just because it didn't fit. It wasn't a right fit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the.
I'm far more likely to part out a car that I put together than sell it whole. I have never now I've sold cars. I've flipped cars. I've bought a car to sell a car. You know what I mean? But I've never actually built a car or modified a car with the intention of ever getting rid of it. If I adopt something into my, it doesn't always work out that way, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't have 1,000 cars. If I had kept everything I owned, but I have never, ever in my life started a project or looked at a car and said, all right, I'll do this and I'll do that to it. I'll build an engine for it, I'll do it, and then sell it. Never happened. Any project I have ever taken on, I take it on as like a life commitment. Okay, like I'm going to work on this thing and it will never leave my hands. So, and honestly, I mean, like I can't ever see myself selling my, but it's like, she could sell it when I'm dead, right? But, any of the cars.
We talked about selling one of the cars recently.
Well, okay, so
we have duplicates.
We have duplicates, but like it was like that 66 Dart that we picked up.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, because it's like I haven't done any work to it. It's
right.
just, it's just a stock car, and I picked it up, and it's just sitting there, So yeah, that's something like that I would consider selling. But any project car like Bottle Rocket will never get sold.
I see. Me personally, I think I would sell this 66 because we've got the Charger in the driveway, and that's kind of taking up a spot in the shop because the Charger should be to be worked on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the Charger's going to go there. Relax. But like it's cars that I've built. Okay, so the Roadrunners, our Charger, Plan Z, or Bottle Rocket, or the Slinger, any of these cars that I built, I will never sell. There is no price. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't. There's no number that you can offer me and say, okay, I'll get rid of this car.
The Roadrunners? No, I wouldn't sell them.
Yeah.
The kids will have to sell them.
I got one guy who's been hounding me to sell him the 66 Charger. And he's like, I'll pay you whatever you want for the car. I need that car. That's the car I want. That's exactly what I want. That sounds what I want. There is no price. Like you can offer me the car, whatever the car is. I don't care what the car's worth. You can offer me $100,000, or you can offer me $500,000 for that car right now. I don't want it. I want the car. Well, I can't replace that car. You know what I mean? Because it's that car. So no, there is no price for my cars.
Joe K. Would you ever get involved in car giveaways? Lots of car YouTubers seem to be on that bandwagon. For UTG, I could picture a car that you do a build and sell merch to give it away in a random drawing.
No, that's like a part B to the last question, right? If I build the car, I can't give it away. I can't sell it. I can't give it away. It's my car. I built it. I bled on the thing. I worked on it. I imagined what it was going to be, and I did all that. And that thing is now a part of me. No, I'm not going to give it away. It has nothing to do with the value of it. It's what it means to me.
66 Dart's a sweet survivor.
It is.
Homer made it.
What's going on, John?
Right, but you didn't build that one. So
I didn't build it.
You
Yeah,
could sell that.
I could sell
potentially.
That. Yeah. Like I could sell the Cherokees. I don't want to, but like, well, let's say we were into a cash crunch. Yeah, I could sell one of the Cherokees. I could sell that 66 Dart. Because these are the things No, I couldn't sell Mrs.
But you
Landry.
never built Mrs. Landry,
Yeah, but I got attached to her.
only because it had it for so long.
Yeah.
Could you sell a Duster?
Yeah, I could probably sell the Duster,
You
but I
probably
don't
sell
want
a
to.
Duster. I would think that you would.
For me to consider selling, no, I'm serious. Like for me to consider selling any of our cars, we would really, literally have to be like this
So
close
if you
to
see our
death.
cars going for sale, you know.
Yeah, you ever see me selling our cars? Okay, you know I haven't eaten in like 2 days.
Right?
You know that like
Just two?
yeah, that we've lost everything and there's just like nothing left, right? That's how you'll know that I've reached bottom when I consider selling one of my cars.
Oh, here, see, Michael says you sold those motorcycles.
I never bonded with motorcycles the way I do with cars.
Mm-hmm.
I never bonded with motorcycles that way. I don't know why that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
The Kickendall says Mrs. Landy is a nice car. Mrs. Landy is not a nice car. Mrs. Landy is pooched from
Pooched,
bumper
yeah.
to bumper. It's a wreck, right? But I'm gonna go through it a little at a time. That's why I sit in the shop now. When I got some extra time, free time,
That car needs to be pulled completely
that car
apart.
needs to be torn down to the very unibody and put back together again.
340 Dusters Rule says, I love how you said, quote, I could sell one of the Cherokees. Let's see. If there's a car from your past that you could have back, what is it and why?
I had a 72. People ask me all this question all the time. I had a 72 Roadrunner 400 4-speed bear stripper car that it was perfect. It was just absolutely perfect. And this is almost 40 years ago. When I say perfect, I mean it was like a perfect mechanic, body wise and paint wise. I mean it was perfect.
It had paint on it.
It had paint. It was okay.
It had Bondo in it too.
Yeah, by the way, yeah. But yeah, it just had all the right feel, all the right smell, all the right everything. I missed that car.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't want another 72 Roadrunner 400 4-speed. It was that 72 400.
Yeah, you can't replace them.
Yeah.
They're two completely different cars.
Yeah.
Like I got this 68 and tried to turn it into like the one that we had, and you can't.
No.
Because the cars have different feels.
Mhm.
It's like they're people.
Yep.
It's weird. It's really weird. Like you can't have the same car twice.
Well, see, that's the thing, okay? And a lot of people, like what she's saying is right, okay?
Like I don't know how you explain that.
What she's saying is right. I bond with my cars to such a degree, okay, that you could bring me the exact identical car, like you know what I mean, like in every way, shape, and form, and I can pick from one end to the other all of the differences. I mean, right down to like the way the door resonates when it closes. You know what I mean? Or I bond with my cars to that level.
Yeah. Let's see. Rocky Myers, don't you have a white 66, 67 four-door B-body that was going to be a gasser/street freak?
No, that's going to be a grudge car, and it's sitting right over here behind my shoulder, and I am not ready to build it yet. I'm not ready to make that commitment. When I'm ready to make that commitment, we'll dive on it full time. But I'm not there. I'm not anywhere near there right now.
Anthony Perna. Uncle Tony, I just picked up an Allen distributor machine. What do you have any experience with them? I plan to use it to recurve distributors and set points.
I've never used a distributor machine. Maybe somebody on here has, and they can give you some guidance, but I've never used one. I've always just done them the way I show on the videos that we do.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Dave Larson says, the laughs, the knowledge, and the stories. I love the live session. It's a great thing you uncles do.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate
Thank you.
that.
Let's see. Same with guitars. Yeah, each one is different.
Yep.
No two are the same.
Katie Best is completely agreeing with something, and anything Katie agrees with. Katie's an old friend of mine Katie, we know each other like almost 20 years, right?
Yeah.
You're from the first coffee house that we had. When I moved to Tennessee, we opened a coffee house on Memorial Boulevard called The Grind. And Katie was one of our first customers there, and then she worked for us, and then she moved away to Florida because why stay in Tennessee with us? Yeah, but Katie's been around for a long time.
Joan Wilbur, cars have a soul.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
have something. They definitely have something.
Absolutely.
The 68 Roadrunner that we had, the Bird back in the day, it wouldn't let anybody else drive it. Remember?
No, that's true.
Like no matter what, you gave it to Gene to change the radiator. Like the shifter came out, right?
Yep.
All
I
sorts of
forgot about that.
crazy stuff would
Right.
happen so that they couldn't move the car.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, no, she's right. There is something there. I can't explain it. I could never pretend to say, oh, well, it's this thing or that thing. I can't explain it, but I know that it's real.
Oh, Hippie Miller got their shirt. Awesome.
Nice.
Nice. So sorry everything was late, guys. But we're on it now. We're developing our printing operation.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're soon
I just
going
got
to
the
be
press.
producing all of our merch completely in-house.
In-house. So we don't run out of printing anymore. Let's see. Jared, how does the Roadrunner 340 compare to Bottle Rocket 318 without nitrous?
No, there's no real comparison. The Roadrunner 340 is the stock cylinder heads, very small cam. The Bottle Rocket, like without nitrous, is it's a strong engine for what it is, right? I mean, it's a strong freaking engine for what it is. The 340 and the Roadrunner is just a good running, happy muscle car type of engine. So it's two different. It's apples and oranges.
Danny Boyd says, I don't let anyone drive my cars and I don't like driving other people's cars.
See, I like to let people drive my cars.
You do?
Yeah, I like to share the experience. It's like, here, get in it, drive it, take it for a ride.
I don't like people driving my cars.
Yeah, I'm I'm not like that. It's like I like to share the experience
I'm too
with
close to
other
my
people.
car.
I get a kick out of that.
Ari, my truck hates my wife, always breaks down when she's in the car.
My Charger was like that with her.
Yeah.
I had a
When we first met.
I had a 69 Charger with a 446 back when we first met. And that car, everything would be fine with it. I could be driving it all day. Everything's all groovy. I go to pick her up. The minute she gets in the car, something would happen. It would misfire. It would start to spring a leak. It would just drop dead for no reason at all. There was always something going. As soon as I picked her up, when she got out of the car, she went right back to being a happy-go-lucky car, just go anywhere.
Always jealous.
Yeah. To the point that if she was in the car, okay, it wouldn't run. It wouldn't like this thing was just like you slam it and it would just light the tires up and go, right? And if she got in the car, you slam it and the car goes. It did not like that. No, I'm not exaggerating. It's the truth.
Don't exaggerate.
She did not like you.
That's not nice.
But it's true. Look, that car is gone. You're here.
I know. But still, I like the car. That I wanted to buy the car from you. That's how I met you.
No, that car was like, fuck this blonde.
Oh, too much.
Just bitch out of me.
I was so nice.
She didn't care. She was possessive and jealous.
Yeah. Remember the day we decided to get married, right? We went for the walk over on Monterey Golf Course.
Okay.
We parked the car at the top of the hill.
Okay.
And we walked down the hill, and you looked up and you saw that it had an oil leak.
That's right.
Because you ripped the pan open.
That's right.
So we had to turn around, holding hands, and walk back to the car and try and get it home. Ruins everything. I had to interrupt everything. Let's see. My car was pissed from not driving it. It finally got happy last weekend.
It happens. It happens.
Let's see. Dimitri.
Thank you, Dimitri.
Hey, Tony, thanks for the advice on the 1965 Coronet 4-door 4.5, 273 cubic inches. I have a breather cap and a piece BC now, and she's much better.
PCE. Awesome. I'm glad it worked out for you. Thank you for the donation there.
Let's see. Vinrific. UT, do all Plymouth A and B bodies have 2 inches shorter wheelbases than Dodge, or just B bodies?
Yes, there's always a longer, the Dodge is always longer than the Plymouth. That was the thing. Up until 19, when did they stop that? 1973 was the last year for the A bodies where there was a difference between the Valiant and the Dart. But yeah, Dodges were always longer wheelbase than Plymouth, and the difference in length is at the back seat, the foot box of the back seat.
Kicking down. My wife hates my car. She always breaks down when we need to go and fix.
Your wife or the car?
He says the wife, not the car. Steve says, wifey hates my cars. She's in for a big surprise. Too sad.
We're just taking one drink.
No, you're fine. Martin Wallingford, thoughts on putting a Mazda RX-8 rotary into a 70 Fiat Spider?
That could be a cool swap, because it's such a light car. I'm not big on rotary swaps for the most part, because unless it's a really light car, you can't really put them to work. I love rotaries. Back in the day, the Mazdas were all over the place. So I have a lot of driving experience with rotaries, just because as a mechanic, you do a brake job on one, you take it for a ride. So I got to know the feel of the rotary. And the thing is, with those, they really are torqueless wonders. You get up to 6,000, 7,000 RPM, and then they really start to work. So I'm kind of down on rotary swaps into most cars, but to put it into a Fiat Spider, yeah, I think that'd be badass. That'd actually be pretty cool.
Evan M. Thank you, Evan. I live in a remote area with no mechanics to help me rebuild my 318. You are literally my only useful resource online.
That's a scary thought, Evan. Don't depend on me too much, right? But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's see. Anthony, Tony, I agree. Old cars do have a soul. Have you ever had a car that's just a happy car, and when you give it a little love, you'd swear it responds, but then some just have a dead feel and you can't fix them?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. I have walked away from good deals on project cars because, I'll look the car over, you know what I'm saying, and the car doesn't talk to me.
Yes,
it's like,
in your face.
Do I?
Yeah. Cigarette.
Oh, yeah. I like to put cigarettes out on my cheeks sometimes. It's a sickness. So yeah, no, I've walked away from cars that I considered putting together, right? Because I spent a little time around the car and didn't get any feedback from it. Like the car had no energy. It was like dead.
Like which one?
I can't name any off the top of my head. No. And then other cars will save me. Like the Roadrunner we have. I'm like, actually, both of our Roadrunners. Mrs. Landy is like that. Mrs. Landy's got a huge amount of fucking energy, personality to her.
The 68 was sad sitting in the woods.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was sad. It looked sad. It was like, I'm hurt.
But the car had an energy. It had a life to it. So I says, let's save this one.
Thumper says, the Cuda my dad left me last year really seems to enjoy having me work on it. Man, is it running good now. Even starts good. Awesome.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about these old cars. And you would think the modern cars being more electric, right? We're having more of an electrical interface with it. You would think that our electrical systems would kind of mesh or not mesh with their electrical systems because there's so much energy going on. You know what I mean? But no, it's not like that. It's like the more analog the machine, the more we tend to bond with it as people.
You know what car wasn't great that we had? The Fury.
I had a
Fury was not.
I had a 68 Fury. This was about, I guess maybe 10 years ago we got rid of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, it was this car was unhappy. This car was like, how can I explain it to you? Right? I tried to love this car. I tried to like do stuff with it, you know what I mean? But it was just not happy. It was just like, it had a bad energy to it, it had a bad vibe. I kept the car for a couple of years. I drove it, I daily drove it. But I could never get it to, every once in a while it would start to feel like, okay, I was like, I'm a good car, I'm a happy car, let's go do car things, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it would just turn dark. And it's just like, no, go away, don't touch me, don't work on me, don't do anything to me, right? Yeah, it was weird, and I ended up parting that car out. I was just like, no, okay, you're done, right? And you're done, right? And I parted it out.
Peter Kovacs, I get a feeling about cars. Stimpy, she's one of the good ones.
Stimpy. You idiot.
Is the one-hand press still in print?
Oh, I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I doubt it. Well, we lived through a one-hand press.
I was there the minute it got there.
Literally, okay, we knew, like, whatever it was like, Tuesday morning at 7:45, and the truck drops off the one-hand press. Well, one of us would be there to get the one-hand press.
Roy Ferntorp says, my Fairline hated me. The kids loved it.
I remember when I was about 15, right? I guess about 14, 15. I was a freshman in high school, okay? And I used to play hooky, okay?
No.
Oh, no, right? Yeah, I would play hooky. And I had a friend who was a couple years older. Anthony DiPietro, he's still around, right? And he was a couple years older than me. And I would cut out of school and we would go get the one-hand press. We'd go find a one-hand press and just like, please, there were so many cars. There were hundreds of cool cars in there. And he was a Mopar guy and I was a Mopar guy. And we'd go through the one-hand press and spend the whole day just speculating, hey, we could buy this. And then we would go to, there was OTB, off-track betting, which was like the next door down from the train station. So we'd get the one-hand press and go through it, right? Spend the whole day doing this. And then we'd get $2 and we had a system, right? We used to put $2 on the favorite to show, right? So if the horse came in third place, our $2 bet would get us like $3. And the scheme was to keep doing this often enough that we would be able to go buy cars out of the one-hand press.
Funny. John Watts. Tony, I'm in the planning process for building a 451. Leaning toward using roller lifters. Good idea.
Yes. Yeah, lots of problems with lifters. Lots of problems with lifters. Definitely, if you can afford to go roller, because it's not a cheap proposition. By the time you're done converting to a roller, you're going to be into it for well over $1,000. I got a deal on the last roller setup that I did, and it still cost me $1,000, and that was with a deal. Okay, so, but yeah, if you can afford it, it's absolutely worth doing.
Steve says, had a 76 Duster like that. Car was possessed.
I had a 76 Feather Duster that was the exact opposite. It was probably one of the happiest machines I've ever encountered.
Big Red Challenge 20 says, I've told cars, work with me. I'm your last hope. I'm saving you from the junkyard.
I do the same thing. I do the same exact thing.
Oh, funny. Yeah, all classic restoration. I remember seeing a Superbird for sale on the one-hand press for $13,000 in 1984.
I remember seeing a lot cheaper than that in that same period of time. Around that time, there was a guy in my neighborhood that bought one out of the one-hand press. It was a Penny Blue car, and it had the whole side of it was missing. And he paid like $800 for it. One side of it was pristine.
Was that the one that was parked on Victory Boulevard? No.
No.
Remember the one that was parked on Victory Boulevard at the gas station?
No. No, this was the kid lived in Annandale. He
Okay.
had a blue 371 340 Duster that my friend Danny ended up buying, and he had picked up this Superbird out of a one-hand press, and he paid under $1,000 for it. I don't remember exactly how much he paid for it, but the driver's side was pristine. It was perfect, right? And you look at the car, and it's like, wow. The passenger side was missing. It was completely missing. The guy who owned it had fallen asleep. It was on the New York State Thruway, and he fell asleep. And they have those like they had these steel reflector posts that were like, however X amount. And he took out a whole row of those at the passenger side of the car and literally just peeled it from one end to the other.
Oh, Chris Culpa, man, I hope that you didn't distribute that negative energy amongst other cars and ruin others. When you pour something out,
Yeah,
who knows?
he's
where
sending it
it's
all over the
from.
place. I know.
Um, I'm a big Ford guy, but love watching your show. I do like Chevys and Dodge, but I retired. I'm putting a 460 in a 1978 T-Bird.
Cool.
Very cool.
Good luck with
Thank
the
you.
project.
Google sucks. Does the white Jeep have AC?
Yes, it's the only option it has that I can tell. I don't really know Jeep options, right? Like what's standard and what's not. But I mean, the truck is a base trim truck. Yeah, no roof rack, and but it does have AC.
Unfinished project. How's the green duster doing? It's good. It's sitting in the yard.
Sitting right there. It's just
Yeah, we
sitting
wash
there.
it,
Yeah.
and it just sits in
We
the
wash it and it
driveway.
sits there. It's a yard ornament. It looks good back there.
I think maybe you should sell that one.
No,
No?
no, it's too nice of a yard ornament.
Too many cars.
And look at my walk
How
in my
many-
backyard, and there's a beautiful green duster
How
with
many cars do you have right now?
slot mix. No, but I mean, listen. Hey, some people will in their backyard they'll put a fountain and they put,
Yeah, we're gonna
they
get
put a
that.
babbling brook and they
You
put all this shit,
share
right?
that stuff,
I have a green duster. I mean, it's the same exact thing.
It's funny. Let's see. Oh, what year? Wait, where'd that go? Peter wants to know what year is the white XJ.
94.
Sulla, thank you.
Thank you.
Currently restoring a 1970 Mercury Marauder X100. Rare
That's
as
rare.
hen's teeth. A car I plan to die with.
That is rare. If you're restoring it, you may die in the process of restoring it because parts for that thing are just not going to be available, man. But that's an awesome project. Good luck with that.
Joe K. Cars are meant to be driven. Drive that duster, Tony.
I have so many other cars that I drive. I mean, there's a lot of times I'll drive like 4 of our cars in the same day, doing it actually happened the other day, right?
What'd you drive?
I drove the Wrecker,
Yeah,
the box truck,
right.
the XJ,
Yeah,
the Slinger,
okay.
and the GT. I drove.
you drive this car? Excuse me, I'm yawning. You're making me tired. What?
When we went someplace with it.
You drove the Slinger?
We went together.
Where'd we go?
We had to go from here. Somehow or another, I ended up here without a car
How'd that happen?
and had to go back to the shop.
Oh, did you leave the truck here with the trailer?
That was it. But I left the truck here with the trailer.
Okay.
So yeah, there was one day last week where I drove the box truck, the Wrecker, the GT, her Slinger, and one other car. I drove 5 of our cars in one day.
Tony, drive that Charger too.
Yeah, we'll take it out. We'll take it out soon. Hey, the Charger is slated to go to the shop because I'm going to do the quarter panel. It's got a bent frame rail, so we're gonna do what we can to fix that. But that's coming very soon.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Tony keeps ignoring me.
Blame her. She's the one who's clicking on the.
I'm
Blame
trying,
her.
Like I try and like spread it out so everybody gets a chance. I try. Sorry, Chris. I clicked on something
Was it
from
the
you tonight
design
already. This one?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the engine doing on the 94, Tony? I've seen so many people swear the engine is pooched and knocking when it's actually the torque converter to flex plate bolts loose.
No, it has zero compression. You crank it, it goes like it took all the spark plugs out of it, right? So after cranking it and fotzing with it and everything else, I finally got it to light, and as soon as it lit, it was going, and I gave it just a little bit of gas, and it went, that was it.
Let's see. Pineapple on pizza? No.
I've
No.
had pineapple ham pizza.
Ugh.
It wasn't terrible, but it's not something I would go out of my way for.
No pineapple on pizza. Google sucks. The white sheep would make an ultimate sleeper. Call it Casper.
It would make a good sleeper, but it's such a nice truck. I toyed with then see over the last like week, then it was 4 days that I've had it. I have toyed with putting a 360 in it, putting a 360 Magnum in it, putting a late Hemi in it. I've toyed with all different things. I thought about turbocharging it. I thought about putting nitrous on it. I thought about a supercharger. I've thought everything. It won't leave my head. I keep thinking about what am I going to do with this truck? What am I going to do with this truck? And the answer is that the truck is telling me, just put me together nice and just drive me. That's what the truck is telling me to do. So that's what I'm going to do.
Jacob Phillips says, what's the power limit for a Caster 18 crank?
It depends how much you abuse it, how much detonation it's going to see. But you should be able to create a decent 500 horsepower motor and not think about it.
Danny Boyd says, will the chicken's new owner start a YouTube channel featuring them? She should. She has 4 acres that they're on now, so they're very happy. Anthony Perno, please do a video of you replacing that quarter panel. I have so many cars that need quarters.
I am not replacing the quarter panel. The quarter panel is crunched. It's solid. I mean, like solid. There isn't even a pinhole rust on it, right? But it's crunched because the frame rail is kinked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the frame rail, and I'm going to cut the metal around the drop-offs to relieve the tension on the quarter panel, and then pull it back out straight, then re-weld everything back together again. So that, But yeah, no, I'm not replacing the quarter.
Oh, unfinished project. What's this talk of no chickens?
We had to get rid of the chickens. Yeah, Ultra Kathy was having an allergic reaction, an asthma reaction to the chicken, and evidently it's a common thing. It has a name and everything. So
It has a name and everything.
It's a common enough thing that's like it has a name.
I was having asthma attacks.
Yeah, so she was having asthma attacks. Every time she spent any time, around the chickens or in the coop, so they had to go, and they were delicious.
No, they went to a really nice woman who has other chickens, and she has 4 acres, and they're in a big flock now, and they have a rooster friend, so maybe they'll have babies. Yeah, nobody's eating them. Skunk update, Dirty Knobs. I have not seen them.
I haven't seen the skunks.
I don't know.
They may have moved.
I hope they moved. Let's see. Yeah, lazy hole ranch. Yeah, thanks. I had a bad chicken reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not really quite healthy yet.
She's getting there though.
I'm getting there. It's getting better.
No, ever since she quit smoking, it's been how long now?
I quit on May 29th, so it's almost 2 months.
Yeah, so she's doing better on a lot of effects, and even her skin is completely.
so much better.
She has the arms of a 6-year-old.
6-year-olds.
It's crazy.
From quitting smoking, you're talking about. just have one chicken. You can't just have one chicken. They actually need a flock. They'll get really lonely. So, yeah, maybe one day, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Nate B, here's a project idea. They sell a device that allows use of a distributor on an LS. Believe it's for a Ford HEI. Wonder if there's a points distributor that uses the same drive. Analog LS?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, can I still eat chicken and do you get a reaction? No, I can eat it.
It's in the chicken poop.
Yeah, it's like the poop and the flakes, whatever the pine bark and everything in the coop and all the dust. So, and I guess the dander from the chickens themselves.
Yeah, it has a name. The name is escaping me right now, but it's actually a recognized condition that it happens to people who work in the poultry industry. So.
But I don't know too, because we went to that goat thing and I had to get out of there immediately.
Yeah. We went to a goat show.
Yeah, it was at a car show. There was a goat show right next to the car show.
So we went to the goat
in.
show, and she had
No
an asthma
goats.
attack within a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I had to leave immediately. No goats. So we must be maybe, I don't know, I'm allergic to farm animals. I don't know. Chickens are dirty. Yeah, they can be. They can be dirty.
Well, I mean, they just walk around and poop falls out.
Yeah,
of
they
them.
poop
everywhere.
Let's see.
And then to clean themselves, they roll around in dirt.
Yeah, they blow dust around. Yeah. Yeah, I'm safe now. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle's glad I'm safe. I feel bad. I really love them. Like I was crying for days.
She looked at her chicken boots the other day and got all depressed.
Yeah, it's like I can't wear my chicken boots anymore. Too much city living. Llama or alpaca? No, I think I really have allergic reactions and stuff. Not dogs though, except for the Saint Bernard. Chris Greenaway. Tony, I feel people have forgot how these vehicles were used. I was leaning on the car today at the show, got told I had a bad car show etiquette. People used to drive these cars on beaches, etc.
I sit all over my cars. I jump on the fenders and everything. Yeah, no. Screw those people. Car show etiquette.
Yeah.
Don't do it to somebody else's car. Don't just pull
Just
over somebody else's car, plop your ass on the hood. That's bad etiquette, right? But your car, man, yeah, sit on the damn thing.
Michael Phillip, I get allergic smelling hay. Yeah, I think it's true. Ken Naquana. No, I'm okay with dogs and cats. That's good.
Excuse me.
Let's see. John Wilburn says Chris Greenaway as leaning as you were leaning on your car. It's none of their business. Right.
Next time you're doing something with your car and somebody has something to say about it, take a whiz on them.
Oh,
no.
no.
Just whip it out and on their feet. You know what I'm saying? And that'll,
Wooded Metal Garage says my neighbor had the same thing. She called it chickenitis. Really? Yeah. I don't know. Apparently, like, people get it. I don't know. It's normal, I guess. I never heard of it.
It has a name.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to, it's in the back of my head now, trying to dig this name out.
It's just something, I don't know. Elsa Kathy. Elsa Kathy is Lisa in disguise from Green Acres. I think so.
There's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. Because really, I think farm living is the life for me.
It's not for me.
Land spread out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan,
I think I need Manhattan.
Yeah, New York is where she'd rather stay.
Yeah, it's true. Poultryitis? No. Poultrades? we must be on a long time. John Wilburn, I've heard you only have to pee on someone's shoes
Just
once
once.
for them to get a clue.
Just once. Exactly. Nothing gets your point across more effectively than peeing on somebody's shoes.
Lazy Hill Ranch, it would be even more unnerving if you squat to pee. Yeah.
Especially if you're a guy.
Right?
No, seriously, right? Chris Greenaway, next time somebody busts your chops, okay, squat and pee on their shoes.
Oh, no.
I guarantee they will never bother you again.
Funny. All right, it must be getting late, right? You've been on for 2 hours.
A little bit, yeah, we go a few more minutes.
Poopy chicken syndrome.
Poopy chicken syndrome, that's the name.
Mine poopy chicken syndrome. It's something like that.
Mine poopy chicken syndrome.
Chicronavirus. All right. Oh no. Oh, I can't. Yes, right. That's true, Chris. Most animal allergies are not from the animal, but they're dander. Yep. This is true.
Joe Brennan, what about pooping? This isn't San Francisco.
Tony, I believe it's called rhinitis or chickvid.
No, it had a whole oh God. Histoplasmosis.
Is that what it
That's what
is?
it's called, yes. Histoplasmosis.
It's like you can get like this fungus in your lungs.
It's a fungus that grows in your lungs from the chicken poop.
Mm.
Histoplasmosis.
Yeah. Chicken flu. It's about pooping on people. Okay, we've gone too far, Tony. It's gone too far.
Well, Harry says it's more time consuming, and he's right.
Can I, Douglas Fairler?
Is it something we said?
Anaphylaxis. His two plasmatics. What? Unfinished project. You have to check out his new videos.
What do you got on there, man? Tell people what you got so they go over there and watch your videos.
No, it's not hantavirus. Let's see. John Wilburn. I once knew a guy who had a crutch fly out from under him at the urinal, and he sprayed the guy next to him.
Oh.
I have been a believer in social distancing ever since. Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible. As somebody who has often had to do it on crutches, yeah, I can. Oh my God, I was on crutches for how long? 3 years. I'd get off from one set of crutches and be on another set of crutches. I had crutches lined up. I had like my crutch of the week, the day, whatever it happened. I'll take this pair of crutches today.
We've stooped to potty jokes. It seems that way. That's what I'm saying. It's getting late. Let's see.
Josh H.
That's Kyle Teal. The skunks last week, chickens this week. That's on the animals for next week. So Josh H.
Yeah.
John Wilburn, we all know what I once knew a guy means. What does that mean?
You mean turn oneself right, yeah.
Oh, funny. Llamas? No llamas. No. I'm back to city life. Flock party over. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. I felt so bad that I had to get rid of them.
Raccoons?
No raccoons.
The kicking dog is checking out. Good night, brother, man. Say good night to your old lady for us, too.
Raccoons this week, no. Captain Dew. What's wrong with this earth? Last year with COVID-19 and killer hornets and other politics and rain. Do we have a rain problem I don't know about?
Yeah, evidently it's, well, it rained here. We got rained out yesterday.
Yeah, we got rained out yesterday. I can send you some deer. No. No, I know. We had to get rid of Trudy. You guys need a new driver.
Gone. The burnout chicken is gone.
Now that there's no chickens. I know. Do you have a lead on your third Jeep yet? Oops.
No, I'm still kind of on the fence about that. I could pick up a '99 Grand Cherokee with a pooched 4 liter for $400, which I may pick that up just so I have some core parts for the motor, and it has nice seats that I was thinking about putting in the slag hammer. So I may pick that up. I may do something, and I may pass on it. I don't know yet. But basically, it's scrap price, so it's like you can't go wrong. You buy something. When you buy a vehicle that size, that weight, for $400. It's like you can't possibly go wrong. Just run it over to the scales, and you'll get your money back right back.
Any more news from the Jeep yard that you visited?
No, I haven't heard from him.
Maybe Trudy will steal her new owner's car.
I told her, if she watched the video about hot wire in the car, and so yeah, it's possible. I wouldn't put it past her. She was one of the shadier.
She wasn't shady.
She was shady.
You have to train one of the dogs as your burnouts. Yeah, Maggie's gonna go to training school.
That
Next
would have been an
week.
adventure.
Next week, Maggie is out of control. Yeah, they want you to get the Scout. Well, we don't have time for the Scout.
No, I don't have time for the Scout.
Pirate Apache. Tony, you ever seen the Comanche? It's a 4-door Comanche with some dude put it together. No.
I don't think that would be too difficult if you had two XJs. You could just section them and make a crew cab Comanche out of it. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I believe it was Danny Boyd.
We asked after me out of what's next, the Jeep Ultra Kathy ready too. Maybe you got into my head.
Maybe.
Right? Seriously, maybe you seeped into my subconscious, and that was it. It motivated me to do it.
Let's see. BDEM 1324. Are you going to build a turbo 4.0?
Over the last 4 days, I've concocted 10,000 variations of what I might do to that thing, and yeah, a turbo did enter into the. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I honestly don't know what I want to do with it yet.
What's John Wilbur saying? You need a white travel.
Oh yeah. We when we dropped off the block at the alpaca farm,
Okay.
there was a white travel wall there.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah.
We don't need that.
No, don't need that.
We have
Don't
enough.
need that.
Slanted. Rockworks 1 says slanted.
All classic restoration. Oh no, who is that? Oh, anybody figure Noel CJ with a 304. I did think about finding an AMC motor like a 360 and putting it in there because I'd like to build an AMC V8.
Peter Kovacs. Did I click on it? Nope. Oh.
Yeah, I see that. Slap a diesel
Yeah.
in the XJ. No.
Let's see. Joe Brennan's gonna get going. Have a good night.
Oh, okay, Joe Brennan. Oh, we've been on for over 2 hours.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Just think about it though. 440 Scout. It's going too quickly for
No. I get too many cars. Too many things. Too many cars.
Chris Culpa. So does Uncle Kathy know how to make them pancakes that can double his head gaskets?
The hot
So it's
cakes.
hard to come by motors like Lisa on Green Acres can.
Hot cakes. Yeah.
Head gaskets.
All right, guys. It's a little over 2 hours now. It's been a long day. So we're gonna. Oh, fly fender. Yeah, I'd love to have a fly fender Jeep, but yeah.
We got enough.
I got enough.
And then we'll get
I
something
got enough.
like in 3 months. We'll be like, oh, I found this.
Stop.
So that's what you do.
So, guys, once again, right?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Our mods, Ari, John, Fubar Zero, the finest people who have ever appeared on this planet, right? Everybody contributed super chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. Everybody who just contributed with their presence and good conversation. Thank you. We appreciate that
Thank
equally
you
as
just for
much.
commenting.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know this Sunday night comes to an end. Dallas is, we actually were working on Dallas's channel today, and we're gonna be working on it again tomorrow, so you're gonna see some stuff from Dallas's AHRA, the thing, with Dallas, okay? And then Wednesday night, we do a Wednesday night live tech talk, well, I can't even think anymore.
Okay.
What do we call it? Wednesday night tech talk live, live tech talk, whatever it is.
Okay, cool.
Wednesday night, 7 o'clock with Dallas, and that's it, guys. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah,
Good night,
right?
everybody.
You're gonna see, yeah. Good night. Ending broadcast now.